Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Diana.
And I'm Katie.
Today we're gonna do our going out looks, so keep watching if you'd like to see.
And there's a guy like weed whacking or like cutting bushes down right now, so sorry about
Blowing
that.
leaves or something.
Yeah. But we're gonna ignore that. Alright, I'm gonna prime my face with the Milani Prime Light, just like I always do.
Use the Milani Prime Light on like the outer edges of my face.
Alright, next I'm gonna comb through my brows with a spoolie.
Next I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape and just use it as a primer on my eyes.
And what shade is that?
And it's in the shade Fair.
And then I'm gonna use a BH Cosmetics 107 with Sytry in the Shade and Light eye contour palette to fill in my brows.
I'm going to use this Real Techniques blending brush. It doesn't have a name, I don't think. Hold on. Nope. And I'm using Tempura in the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to use Warm Taupe with the same brush and just put it in my crease.
My brows hate me.
It's okay, mine do too. They never want to be even.
They're not even sisters today. They're like second cousins. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit of my Too Faced Born This Way on a BH Cosmetics 102 and just clean up underneath the brows.
I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe, and I'm using the shade MFEO on this Morphe M412 brush.
And then I'm gonna use the Cody Airspun in Naturally Neutral to set that.
Next I'm using Pooter in that same palette on the same brush. Okay, next I'm going to take the shade Mocha in the same palette.
So I'm gonna use Gonzo, which is the really bright blue right here, on this Morphe B81. And I'm gonna start putting that on the outer crease.
Next I'm going to take Central Park.
Next I'm going to take this blue shade called Filter from the Venus 2 palette. I'm going to use that on a different Morphe B81, a clean one. And I'm just going to use that kind of on the edges. And now I'm going to use Chaos from the Urban Decay Electrics palette, which is this blue. And I'm going to put that more in the crease.
I'm going to use Abyss on a Morphe M578. Next I'm going back with that Morphe M412 brush and Central Perk, and I'm just like blending it together.
Then I'm going to use Urban, which is the darker purple, in the Urban Decay Electrics palette. And then on the same brush, I'm going to go back in with Chaos.
I'm going to use that same Real Techniques brush that I was using at first, and taking a little bit more of Warm Taupe in the Modern Renaissance palette and just blending out the edges. I'm just using a clean Morphe M511 brush to further blend that out.
Then I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette in Pool Party, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner of my lid. And to do that, I'm going to use a BH Cosmetics 103. And I'm going to spray it with Milani Make It Dewy. Setting spray it. So I'm going to go back in with Urban on the, on a Morphe N441. Don't think I ever said that. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper and put just a little bit of liner on.
Next I'm going to take the Stila Magnificent Metal in Molten Midnight and put that all over my lid.
Now I'm going to use the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express in Cat Eyes. And I'm going to use my Born This Way Too Faced Concealer again. And I'm going to put that all over the place.
Next I'm going to take the Milani Prime Shield and put it in my T-zone. Next I'm going to take the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla on the Morphe beauty sponge that I was using before.
Then I'm going to do my under eye And I'm gonna use this Morphe M209, and I'm gonna go in with the lighter purple Jilted, and I'm gonna put that all underneath my eye.
Next, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape and put it under my eyes, on my chin, and just everywhere.
And then I'm gonna use the brush that came with the Urban Decay palette. I'm gonna use the fatter side, and I'm gonna go in with Urban, and I'm just gonna put that on the outside.
I'm going to use that same Morphe beauty sponge from before.
Now I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in medium deep, and a Morphe slanted kabuki brush.
Next, I'm going to take my Cover FX matte setting powder, and I'm just going to apply it all over my face, mainly like focusing on the under eyes with this Morphe beauty sponge. It's a different one than the one I was using before.
Then I'm gonna use this Makeup Revolution blush palette in Sugar and Spice, and I'm gonna be using the peach one here on a Real Techniques blush brush.
And I'm also going to bake my laugh lines with that same powder I was using before. Next, I'm going to use the Eco Tools eyeshadows brush, whatever you call this. Really should have a name.
Then I'm gonna highlight with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero palette and this Morphe Y14, and I'm gonna use Glow Getter.
I have like glitter all over my face. Oh, and I'm also using Warm too.
And I want the eyes to stand out more, so I'm not gonna highlight too crazy. By that I mean I'm only gonna put like 3 on and not like 5. Now I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, and I'm gonna use the green emerald shade. Oh, and I'm using a Morphe R43.
Now I'm using a Morphe M432 brush with espresso. I think that's what they called it, right? No, Central Park. I don't know where I got espresso.
Then I'm gonna use these totally off-brand from Wish eyelashes called, well, they say Minx 3D hair on them, but they're not really Minx. And I'm also gonna be using this Duo, is it Duo? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's just eyelash glue.
I think it's Kiss, actually.
It might be. It doesn't really say.
No, it doesn't. Oh no, Kiss. It says kissusa.com. Next, I'm going to use the Anastasia brow definer in the shade dark brown. I'm just going to clean up the brows just a little bit with some of the Tarte Shape Tape and Fair. I'm just brushing off that powder with this Eco Tools powder brush. And then I'm going to use this Eco Tools bronzing brush with the Cheap Parade palette. And I'm taking Hoola Lite first. Next, I'm going to use the Morphe E16 brush with Hoola. And take the bronzing brush again and just blending it all out. Next, I'm going to use the Morphe M523 brush and contouring under my lip and around my chin. Next, I'm going to contour my nose with Hoola Lite and the Morphe E16. I'm going to use my Real Techniques blush brush with the, what is this? Physicians Formula Butter Blush. Yeah, the top broke off of mine, so not the best packaging, but it was cheap. Oh, and it's in the shade Plum Rose. I think I'm going to use Ultraviolet Amethyst in the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. And put that on the inner corners of my eyes. I think I'm going to use a little bit of Pink Opal.
And I'm just using the same eyelash glue and then these little gems that I got from Walmart, I think. And tweezers, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner of my eye.
I'm gonna use a little bit of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Junkshow.
Drunk show?
Junkshow.
Junk?
Junkshow.
Ew.
Alright, next I'm using Pink Opal as a highlight, if I can find a mirror. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of Forever Young from the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia palette.
Okay, that's all the patience I really have to fuck with it. Can you use that, please?
Yeah.
Gonna go back in with the emerald green with a BH Cosmetics 105.
I'm going to use a Morphe M124 brush with Forever Young and highlight my nose. I'm also going to highlight my upper lip.
I'm gonna use this Milani matte lipstick in the shade Delicate.
I'm going to use Benefit's Gimme Brow in the shade 5. Next I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara, and it's in the shade Blackest Black.
Then I'm gonna spray my face with the Milani Make It Last. This is what I came up with for my night out. Something fun, colorful. Like I said, get the boys' attention, or everyone's attention, whoever's attention.
I use the NYX Intense Butter Gloss, and I just put on some gems. These are like heart-shaped ones that I got from Joanne. This is what I came up with. I was a little worried about it for a sec.
Yeah, we were both concerned that our looks weren't gonna look good, but I think they both look pretty good.
Yep, this is what we would do on a night out. It's very out there, very eye-catching.
Well, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you have any ideas on videos you want to see, make sure to leave a comment below.